Welcome to the step-by-step guide on how to submit your protocol to the Research Ethics Committee and Uganda National Council for Science and Technology to get regulatory approvals to conduct research in Uganda while using NRIMS. To start off, you need to create an account by going to the website at nrims.uncst.go.ug. Then click the Register Create Account tab here. Complete this form. When you choose your nationality, you'll see the option to fill in the information on the place of birth and national ID, passport number, which is mandatory for foreign researchers, or driver's permit number, and click Register tab to complete your registration. An activation link will be sent to your registered email. From your email, activate your account and you will be directed back to the home page and asked to log in. Click the Returning User / Login tab here to log in. Enter in your credentials to access the system. You have to answer a question on whether the study involves human participants before proceeding. Here is a description of a study that involves human participants. Click the drop-down menu here to select the most appropriate answer. If your answer is no, click Proceed, where you will be directed to seek clearance to conduct research in Uganda from the Uganda National Council for Science and Technology workspace. If it is yes, select the research category as applicable here below. For our test, we shall select the Medical and Health Sciences research category. Click Proceed to be directed to the REC workspace. Click on Submit New Protocol tab and will be directed to the Protocol Information tab, where we are asked to confirm if the study involves human participants. Note that if we select No, we'll be redirected to acquire a UNCST approval. For this demonstration, I will select Yes, click Save and Next tab to continue. The other information required under Protocol Information is on team members. I'll click on the plus sign here to view my personal information as a principal investigator, where I'm able to delete or update as deemed necessary. To add other team members, I click on Add Team Member tab to provide relevant information on my investigators. The other information to provide is on collaborating institutions, the type of research, the category of research, whether the study is a clinical trial, whether the study is a drug-related clinical trial, and whether the study is nested in an existing study. Note that when you select Yes, you will be asked to provide an existing reference number, but for this demonstration I will select No. Then we should also be able to provide project title, which I've inserted, and also choose the REC where I would want to submit. In addition, we should be able to provide the type of review we would like our submission to undergo. I will select the regular review and proceed. I will click the Save and Next tab. Note that we have been redirected to the Protocol Details tab, where we are required to provide the protocol summary, keywords, note that the information I'm inputting is dummy information, then provide introduction, justification, and objectives. Note that you can specify the category of the objective through this drop-down menu, whether it's main or specific objective. I can select main objective, and to add my specific objective, I'll click here on add an objective. Then I'll add it here, and then I choose specific objective. To proceed, I'll click on the Save and Next tab. Note that we have been redirected to the Study Description tab. And of great importance, note that the completed tabs have turned green and the incomplete tabs are pink. Also, here is our overall progress. And before we make our submission, it should be at 100%. So under Study Description tab, we are required to provide information on recruitment areas. To add details on recruitment areas, click on the Add New tab, and a pop-up window will come up where we shall provide details of our recruitment areas, highlighting the country. I'll choose Uganda. The district, I'll choose a beam. The study duration, I anticipate it will be for 2 years, and I can choose the year period through this drop-down menu. I hope to recruit 385 participants, and to proceed, I'll click on the Save tab. You can add as many recruitment areas through this Add New tab, and then I'll provide information on study design, also information on health condition or problem being studied, and then information on sex. I hope to recruit all, and then total number of participants 385 as already highlighted above. Note that this total number of participants should match this number of participants highlighted under recruitment areas. Then I'll take note of the minimum age and the maximum age, and then the duration of the age. So I'm considering years. If they were children, maybe below 2 years, I may choose to use month, maybe 24 months, 18 months. Then I'll also add information on inclusion criteria, exclusion criteria, estimated date of initial recruitment. I hope to begin in March this year. The intervention, the primary outcome, secondary outcome, general procedures, analysis plan, and ethical consideration. To proceed, I'll click Save and Next button. Note that we have been redirected to the study population, and I will check all that is applicable. Under vulnerable population, nothing is applicable. And then the type of the study, I'll check the cross-sectional study. Consenting process, I'll check all that is applicable. And then reading level of the consent document, I'll tick what is applicable, and the community engagement plan. Then under the determination of risk, I'll have to check all that applies to me, and most of the items on the scale are not applicable to me. So kindly check as applicable to your study. To proceed, I'll click Save and Next tab. Note that we have been redirected to the Budget tab, and there are two types of expenditure: the international expenditure for research expenses to be covered outside Uganda, and local expenditure for research expenses to be covered in Uganda. And to note that the personal, travel, material and supply, administration, result dissemination, and the local expenditure are compulsory. So I'll fill in as necessary. Note that as you compute the cost figures, the total is computed on the last column and the last row. Then I'll also fill in information on my primary sponsor and then my institution, and in case you have secondary sponsors, kindly note them in this section. To proceed, I'll click Save and Next button. To add my work plan, I'll click on Attach Study Work Plan, and I'll choose a file in this pop-up window and attach the work plan as a PDF document, and click Save to proceed, and also click Save and Next tab to proceed to another tab. To attach study documents, I'll click on the New Attachment tab and select the type of the document through the pop-up window. I'll start with the protocol. I highlight its language, version, and version date. Then I choose File to attach the protocol as a PDF document and click Save. To attach another document, I'll click on the New Attachment and select the type of document, the language, version, and version date. Then I choose File to attach the data collection tool and click Save to proceed. Note that the protocol data collection tools and the informed consent must be uploaded before the final Save and Next tab appears, as we shall see after the attachment of the informed consent. So to attach the consent form, I'll click on the New Attachment again. I select Informed Consent Form, the language, the version, and the version date. I choose File to attach the consent forms in PDF and then Save. Note that after attaching the compulsory documents, the Save and Next tab appeared. So I'll click on the Save and Next tab to proceed. Note that we have been redirected to the Payment tab, and I'll select the type of payment through this drop-down menu, and I'll select the cash deposit. I'll attach the proof of payment in a PDF format. After I've attached the proof of payment, I'll click on the Save button. After filling in all the required fields, the tabs here turn green, this way indicating completion of all sections of the dashboard, and the percentage here shows our overall progress. Note that since we've filled in all the required information, our overall progress is at 100%. The Make Final Submission button has also popped up under the overall progress. And to make a submission to the REC, I'll click on the Make Final Submission. A pop-up note will confirm with me whether I'm sure that I want to submit, because I'll not be able to edit this protocol if I click OK. So in case I would like to review all these other sections, I'll click Cancel to edit so that I can submit my submission later. So to proceed with the submission, I'll click OK. Note that we've got a message that our protocol has been submitted, and this same message will come to your email confirming that you have submitted your protocol. Upon submission, you will be redirected to My Protocols here, where you can view or print your submission, or withdraw submission, or view comments from the REC side. Note that your status will have changed from pending submission to waiting for community review here. Notice that you can also review the submitted protocols, the pending submissions, submissions that are scheduled for review, and approved protocols. And on the left navigation bar, note that you can check on the number of protocols, number of halted studies, your revisions, closeout reports, renewals, amendments, safety and other notifications, SAEs, deviations, abstracts, and the frequently asked questions. If your protocol gets approved, like this protocol, the protocol status changes to approved, and a signed REC approval letter is available for download, as shown here. You will also be getting email notifications for every status change. Please take note of all these indicators on the dashboard that help you understand your progress at a glance. Basically, this is the interaction you have with the REC team. Make sure you attend to any tab that requires your attention, uploading the necessary content in its entirety, while saving at every step as required before making your final submission. After obtaining REC approval, you are required to obtain UNCST approval. To proceed to the UNCST workspace, click here to apply for a permit to conduct research in Uganda from UNCST. You will be redirected here to apply for a permit from the UNCST workspace. Log in here using details that you used to log into the REC workspace. I'll insert in my login details and click on the login tab to proceed. This sidebar labeled status shows your information progress. All pending processes should be provided to complete the application, and they are usually highlighted red. The processes visible on our screen are highlighted green, indicating completed, because this information was captured from the REC workspace. And this information includes the user account details, password and photo, personal details, education background, employment, and research experience. If you remember, during our REC application, all this information was captured. Click on Update Submission here for the protocol you intend to submit to UNCST under My Submissions. Additional processes, including research details, research attachments, estimated costs, co-investigator details, referees, and payment, will pop up. Also note that the research details, attachments, estimated costs, and investigator details were also captured during our REC application. You will need to complete the pending processes in order to submit your application. To make payment, click on the Payment tab, which is still pending. Note the bank account which we are supposed to pay to, the amount, which is $300, And in case you'd like to generate an invoice, click here to generate one. And in case you have proof of payment already, select the project title for which the payment is being made for, and then choose File to attach proof of payment in PDF format. And then after, I'll click on Save Details tab to proceed. The other important requirement under UNCST submission is the submission of R6 forms. They can be completed under the Co-Investigator's details. So click on the Co-Investigator details tab, and note that the link for PI's R6 form has been generated. So I'll select the link and then paste in my browser. Note that I will need to complete all the pending processes. After filling in all the necessary information, note that I can review my R6 forms by clicking on the Print Submission tab. And this is how the R6 form looks like. To submit the R6 form, I'll click on Make Final Submission. Then I'll receive a message of congratulations that I have completed all the required processes in the R6 form. Note that at this moment you can no longer edit the R6 form. I'll return to the submission page and note that here it is indicated that R6 form has been submitted. Also, I can print out the form through this print form link. There is an important note here to make in red. The team members on the study whose R6 forms were previously added to the system will automatically be captured after adding their details. Make sure that you enter the correct details, especially the email address. If I have other investigators, to create links for them for their R6 forms, I'll click here on Click Add New, and I'll get a link which I can send to them for completion of their R6 forms. When all tabs have been completed, the Make Final Submission tab will appear, prompting you to conclude the process. To make my submission, I'll click on the Make Final Submission tab, and I'll be asked to confirm if the information I've provided is true and complete in all respects. If you'd like to exit, click Cancel, but for me to proceed, I'll click OK. Note that you can move from the UNCST workspace to the REC workspace by clicking on the Apply for REC Approval tab here. And after submitting, your status will change to Pending Schedule for Review by UNCST. And in case of any comments from UNCST, they will appear here for you to address as the PI. In conclusion, it is important to note that protocol submissions are divided into subsections and are reviewed accordingly. Depending on the information provided in the submission, your protocol can be approved, rejected, or approved on a condition that a certain aspect of your protocol has to be changed. Note that application for a permit to conduct research in Uganda is granted by the Uganda National Council for Science and Technology. Only when your submission has been approved can a permit be granted, and only then can you be able to conduct research in the areas you've stated in the application. For clinical trials involving a drug, you're required to get NDA approvals before starting the study activities. At every step of the process, you will be getting email notifications to help you track your application throughout the process.